All right, guys, welcome back. We're gonna get this doghouse chicken coop build going. I've got a lot of scrap 4x4s. I've got some planks I milled out about 1.5 years ago. I've got 2x4s and 2x6 over here. OSB, I've got metal roofing back there. I've got more OSB out by the house. I've got some extra scrap siding from the house. The only thing I don't have, and I don't know if I can just double up on OSB or not, I might have to go buy some flooring plywood for this build. It's 8 foot wide by 12 foot long, so it's 3 pieces of flooring plywood, and usually what you put down for flooring plywood is like 3/4 inch thick. This OSB is, I think that's 5/8 thick. I might have enough to double it up. I might not. I'm not sure yet. But I do have 2 4x6 pressure treated 12 foot long boards that I'm gonna have as runners for this thing to sit on. So let's get those 4x6 over here. I'm gonna make the floor joists out of 4x4s because I've got a lot of them and they're not gonna get used for anything else. And then we'll build up from there. Hang out for a minute. That thing's getting a little heavy to be flipping over by myself. But I got flipped over. I waited about 5 minutes between the caulking and the paint, another 5 minutes after I painted it to let it dry real good, and flipped it back over. It's not a big deal. It's just underneath, and all that was primer. Just something to help protect that OSB a little bit. I put a nice thick coat of Kills primer on there, so it'll protect it. The main reason I put OSB underneath is to keep the yellow jackets and everything from going up under there and making a big nest. You can't really get to it to kill them, especially after it's built. It's gonna weigh way too much. So I'd rather put some OSB down there and block that area off so they can't make big nests under there. I had thought about going down to the home store and buying some 3/4 inch plywood tongue and groove flooring to put down over here. It's exactly 8 feet wide and 12 foot long, so I need 3 pieces. But I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to spend the money if I didn't have to. And I've got a lot of scrap laying around here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this 5/8 OSB. I'm going to put 3 pieces down. That'll put a whole first layer down. And then I've got a whole bunch of scrap pieces of T111 siding. Now they're not 8 foot wide and they're not necessarily 4 foot wide, but as long as they're 2 foot so they hit the beams, I can piece it together and it'll make it about 1.25 inches thick. 1.25 inches thick for a doghouse and a chicken coop, that's gonna be plenty. Even if it is 2 layers, I'll put plenty of screws in it to hold them all together and hold it all down. I think it'll work out just fine. Well, that stuff went pretty quick. I'm almost out of 2x6. I think I have 2 12-foot 2x6 down there, and all the 2x4s I have left are less than 8 foot long. But all the walls in this thing are done. I still need to build rafters, so I'll have to mill that wood out. I've got plenty of logs over there and a mill sitting over there just waiting to get used. As far as the siding and the sheathing, most of the OSB that I built that structure out of, that temporary living structure, most of that OSB got notched, so I have to kind of rip down long ways and get straight pieces that are 2 foot wide. Not a whole lot left to do the outside walls, inside walls, or the roof, so I might end up buying some OSB. Siding, as soon as I finish siding the house, I should have probably 6 sheets of 10-foot siding left over and maybe 3 or 4 sheets of 8-foot siding left over. Probably enough to do the outside of this. Probably just enough. But we'll have to see. We'll have to get the house sided first and then use the scrap on this. For now, I'm gonna get up to the shed. I need to sand on that countertop and get that countertop done. It's been 4 days since I poured that last coat of epoxy. Plenty of time to cure. I wanna get it sanded down, get it put in the house. Until next time, guys, go make something.